Okay, here is our fourth and final question for today. Mark has 412 stamps in his collection. He is putting them into display cases. Each display case can contain 27 stamps. How many display cases will Mark need to put all of the stamps into display cases? So I think two things tripped us up here. First was our multiples of 27. And second is we didn't actually answer the question. We just solved the problem. So that's why we are putting our answers in these sentences, because if we read it out as a sentence, it might make a little more sense versus just solving the problem. So again, I don't think the issue was we didn't know which operation to choose. Most of us understood that we are dividing up his stamp collection into equal parts. So we are separating equal groups, which means we are going to divide. So the two problems, like I said, were our multiples of 27 and what to do when we found the answer to our problem. Was it the answer to the question? So I know that a lot of kids don't want to take the time to do 27 times 2, 27 times 3, okay, but all the way to 9. However, if all you're doing is adding 27 more in your brain, the chances of you making a mistake are higher. Then the problem with that again is, so let's say you decide to add 27 and 27 in your head and you get 54 and then add 7 again and you get 71. Okay, well, we know that 27 times 3 is 81. But if you're trying to add the numbers in your head, you may mess up. Well, then, even if you get everything else right, if you're adding 27 to a number that is not a multiple of 27, everything else after this is going to be incorrect. So the upside to the multiplication is if you make a mistake, you are only affecting that one multiple. You're not affecting the multiples after it. So please do your multiples this way. Do not add them in your brain down the list. You need to write out 27 times 2, 27 times 3, 27 times 4. So right now, I'm going to let you pause the video and do your multiples of 27. Okay, so here are my list of multiples of 27. And the first thing we're going to do is divide. Okay, well, 27 goes into 4 0 times. So I'm going to put an X there. 27 goes into 41 1 time. Subtract 27. 11 minus 7 is 4. 3 minus 2 is 1. Bring down my 2. How many times does 27 go into 142? Well, the closest without going over is this multiple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's subtract 135. And we get 7. So this is where we got caught up because we wanted to put a decimal, which is great. Bring down the 0. 27 goes into 70 twice. Three, 13. And here, a lot of kids weren't sure what to do because they kept going and going, right? And so at that point, they thought, well, I must have done something wrong. I'm just going to make up a number or just stop right there and put it in. So if this is what you got, let's put that into the answer sentence. Mark needs 15 and 2400 display cases to display his stamps. Does that make sense? Would Mark use 2400ths of a display case? No, he wouldn't. No one would. So let's be reasonable about the answer. Well, the question says, how many display cases will Mark need to put all of the stamps in a case? So if he needs 15 plus a little more, how many actual cases would he need to buy? If he only bought 15 cases, some of his stamps would not be in a case, would they? So it's reasonable to guess that Mark needs 16 display cases so that all of his stamps have a place to be displayed. Now, do not forget to do all of the try it on your own questions and make sure that you are writing any mistakes you may have made on the checkpoint and putting all of your answers in an answer sentence. If you are not sure how to do that, that's why I gave you sentence stems for the questions we went over. Look at your question and turn it into a sentence. How many display cases will Mark need? He will need blank display cases, okay? All right. I will see you tomorrow, mathematicians.